The House of Lords in the UK wrote a report about the future of AI recently and made strong recommendations around this idea of data trusts. And data trusts are a way to try to do something which allows multiple organizations to share data so we can work together to combine our insight and our expertise on extracting value from data without necessarily going the whole hog and just opening all the data up and giving it to everybody in the world. And I think this is really interesting and really has a lot of potential. We know that, and I'm sure some of you, who here in the room, if anyone, is from one of the companies that has like a huge, so Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, right, have way more data than the rest of us and you know, some companies of that scale, the big internet scale companies, and they're the ones that win at AI, right? They're the ones that win at machine learning because they have just buckets more data than everybody else. So friends, if you're from those companies, you're already winning. For the rest of us, in order for us to have a chance of catching up, we're going to need to combine our data. We're going to need to combine data from different organizations in order to have a chance of driving enough insight in such a way that the insight is a benefit to all the parties, but we don't actually give everybody access to data which contains, you know, commercial secret sauce for one or other of the participating companies. Data trusts are one of the ways to think about doing that. I was asked to sketch out some principles of mine for the sort of technical underpinnings of what we might do to build some data trusts in the cloud together, which I'll give on a few slides. This will take about 5 minutes because I want to get to the end of setting out kind of my thinking and standing up here talking as quickly as possible, and then reuse really the most of the next hour for us to get together in small groups and discuss for your organizations what will be the challenges of trying to make some data trusts to allow us to derive insight from our data together, partly because that will be massively helpful for me in my work back in London when I get home, because I want whatever we end up building to be something that, you know, your companies can actually engage with. So, you know, we want to test some of these ideas out today. And in addition, you know, this Lord's AI report was very much in the UK context, but one of the things that, if this is going to work, it will have to work globally. So I thought it was useful for me to come here and see how many of these ideas work or not in a different part of the world. Okay, so. And therefore, I'm just going to set the scene with some of my thoughts, and then we'll start to work together on trying to get some ideas together. So I've got 8 principles that I think are important for building data trusts that I wanted to sketch out to inspire some of the conversations, 2 around each of data and computers and code and people.